Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020, here for the start of Season 2 My Team Career Mode. As you can see, starting off with some bad news. Apparently we haven't done the best thing in consolidated our grades, and yeah, we've taken a big hit. If you didn't catch the inter-season video that I did, because it was relatively boring, we took a big hit in the R&D development. Even though we consolidated quite a few upgrades, but we lost out on a lot of major upgrades. We signed Kimi Räikkönen as our teammate, as the first go. So he's going to bring a lot of experience and a lot of pace to the team, which is going to be nice. Our car has changed its colours. You can see our race suits have also changed. We're sort of sticking with the Season 1 purple, black and blue style. Our helmet is also incorporating that sort of spacey, like galaxy style. And you can see our car is going to be sort of a digital urban camouflage with British racing green and like the colours of the Union Jack just on the side of the car. I definitely recommend going and looking at the livery because I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. We've also decided to go with a new sponsor this season. I can't remember what they're called, but that's it really. We changed our engine supply from Mercedes to Ferrari as we had a load of money, so we decided to spend it all on the best engine, and that's pretty much it. The first race is Bahrain. I believe it's Bahrain, Vietnam, China, Zandvoort. Then it's Monaco, Canada, Austria, or France, Austria. Kind of as I can remember, but I guess it's going to be a surprise. But we complete qualifying 1 here in Bahrain, and yeah, we didn't do too well. We're currently 19th. It's yeah, this is going to be tough. We're 7 tenths behind our teammate, so yeah, we're going to have to put in a lot of effort in the race. Sebastian Vettel is somehow our rival, because you know it was choosing between him, Leclerc, Verstappen and Albon, I think, because you know things are fair nowadays. But let's go into the race for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Start of Season 2. Let's just try and improve, maybe at least get fringe points to start our season off well.
Minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Albon, Lando Norris, and Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll, Ricciardo, and Sebastian Vettel, Perez, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat, and Russell, Räikkönen, Giovinazzi, Pierre Gasly, and Roman Grosjean, Red, Magnussen, De Vries, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So as you can see, the driver transfers there. We obviously kicked Jack Aitken out of the team because he wasn't performing as well as what I'd have hoped. That obviously frees up a spot for Räikkönen to join. Russell takes Räikkönen's spot at Alfa Romeo, and Nick De Vries comes in to race for Williams in George Russell's spot. And that's it really. Let's get started with Season 2. We're going to be doing the one stop here, overfueling the car by a lap, which in hindsight was a mistake because the Ferrari is very, very good at fuel saving. And yeah, we're going to be starting the mediums, going to the hards. I don't want to do the 2-stop. Games gone by, the 1-stop has always been the more powerful one around this track. and it definitely allows the player to gain a lot of positions because of it. So let's try and hope points maybe on offer here. But anyway, let's get ready for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix Season 2. We've got 4 red lights, we've got 5 red lights now, and it's lights out and away we go. Grosjean gets a fantastic initial launch, then bogs down a little bit second gear. Gasly gets a pretty poor launch. We're going to go to the right, we're going to not burn all of our ERS on the first 30 seconds of the race. We're going to dive right around the outside of literally everybody. See, our teammate there has made up, did some good work in qualifying there, as we're currently in P14 now. Hopefully try to get around the outside of Ocon, maybe going to turn 4. But that Renault seems to have the legs on us of around the straight. We do hang around the outside though, and it looks like we're not going to keep the position as Ocon goes to the inside. We try fighting back though side by side through the S's, and we do actually hold the position. So that's pretty decent. We're up into P13 after starting at 19th, I believe. So a decent start. Try and hold this pace for the next 29 laps, and points definitely seem to be on offer. Obviously these are going to be fringe points. These are going to be like 8th to 10th is what I'm aiming for with the car that we have. However, as we get a big step of oversteer there, despite our car looking like it's only 4th slowest, it's not actually that big of a gap as Ocon flies past us on the straight. The performance index takes into account a lot of other factors that don't really affect the car's performance. Things like ERS saving, fuel management, is sort of like the easiest way to explain it is I'm at least top 5 in every race that I've done so far in the speed traps. I'm usually first in the speed traps, but we have on paper this with the worst power unit. That's because other teams will be improving their fuel efficiency, ERS, stuff like that, which will help them a little bit in the race, but I as a player can just adapt to that. I could be smart with my ERS usage, so on and so forth. And plus the actual performance index is quite close between all of the teams, but we took obviously a massive hit. We took the biggest hit out of anyone in Season 1. I guess that's going to be down a little bit in part to Jack not really performing, getting the resource points that we'd need, but whatever. We're on to lap 10 now. People have made their pit stops. We were in P4, we're now in P5. Raikkonen is doing a very good job. He's currently holding down P3, so it looks like we've made the right call to go to for Raikkonen as our teammate. Obviously he's very quick, he brings a lot of resource points to the team with experience, being the oldest man on the grid. And it looks like it's going to be paying off well, as we are technically racing Hamilton at this point. On paper we are, at least. We both have to make another stop, but obviously it's Hamilton and Mercedes. He's just going to waltz away like no tomorrow. As we come to lap 30 now, we've now got Valtteri behind us on soft compound tyres. He gets a fantastic run out of turn 4. He's going to look to the inside of turn 5 here. And just like Season 1, there's been contact at turn 5 in Bahrain, and Valtteri has spun around pretty much exactly the same way he did last season. We're going to take a look at that, because this one is a lot more clear cut than Season 1. This was Valtteri just not being intelligent. As you can see, I left him enough room, but he doesn't utilise the space. He could have easily either backed out there or slowed down, so we're actually going to slow the replay down a bit here. As you can see, he's actually head going to this corner, but he brakes early, so that gives us the advantage. As we watch the steering wheel, he turns it far too early and he keeps on straightening the car out. Obviously riding the curb's not going to help, and he goes too fast into the corner, and obviously it spins. So that's pretty much his own fault there. As you can see, there's more than enough room for 2 cars to fit through, but whatever. Valtteri's obviously not done its lesson for Season 1. As we go to lap 30 now, we're going to be going in for our first pit stop, our one and only pit stop onto the hard compound tyres. We're getting priority over Raikkonen, so hoping we can get a decent lap in and maybe jump Raikkonen, or at least get within his DRS and try and take advantage whilst still cut tyres. We have a fantastic pit stop of 1.9 seconds. Our team has been doing its work over the winter break, and we're going to leave the pit lane in P17. But we're in very clear air, which is crucial for us, as you can see now. The very next lap, Raikkonen is in, and we're burning a lot of our ERS down this straight to try and close up close to him, and there is Raikkonen, and we're actually going to undercut him there. And we're now what's going to be up into, I think, at least provisional P8 or P7 maybe. This is now got to like 15. A couple of other people are making their stops. These guys will go on to these medium tyres to round out the race. And we're up into P11. Very next lap, Leclerc is in. He's going to be on the mediums as well. So we're currently in points paying position, but obviously the guys behind us are going to be much faster cars than us with much fresher and softer tyres. As Raikkonen got past us at some point in the preceding laps. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that on camera. I believe it's just a simple DRS straight. I might have even let him go just to save fuel and ERS and to help us both out. But we're currently set in P7. Everyone has made their pit stops now on lap 20. So we're hopefully going to be holding this position. It's currently 4 and 5 for the Chungus Khan Racing duo. But we've got Sainz and Valtteri behind us on fresh mediums, so this is going to be a tough ask for the pair of us to keep them behind and even score points, because there's still 10 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. And a lot could happen as Daniel Ricciardo's out of the session. His season's not kicking off well with Renault. He's has some sort of engine failure. And now lap 21, Sainz has caught up to the back of myself. I've been unable to get past Raikkonen. Raikkonen is proving to be absolutely formidable in that car. Bahrain is a very strong track for the AI though. As you can see, Sainz gets Bahrain inside there, pretty simple move. So we lost P5, so P6 is still the decent position. I'm still aiming to score points at least every single race. We are still running with 109 AI difficulty. So maybe in the future I might up that to 110. Sainz actually got past Raikkonen as well. And Sainz has pretty much gone off into the distance now, but we're going to try and get past Raikkonen here. I'm sort of playing this selfish game now on lap 23. Trying to put cars between myself and Valtteri. Don't really want to be sticking all too close behind Raikkonen for too long and then getting gobbled up by Valtteri and then potentially the cars behind him. As we get past Raikkonen pretty easy there. And now on to lap 25. Bottas got past Raikkonen. Now Bottas is looking for a move up the inside into the final corner. He goes for it, but he's going to get pinched on the apex there a little bit, and we're going to get DRS. And this is going to be a trait that you see a lot. Valtteri isn't really displaying the best racecraft here, as going up the inside into the final corner allows me to have DRS, him to get a bad exit, myself to get a better exit, and we're going to be able to get the position right back. As you see, lap 26, the exact same thing is going to happen here. Into the final corner, Valtteri gets pinched. We pinch him a little bit more this time around to try and dissuade him from doing it, but Valtteri gets a much better exit. But then again, we have DRS and overtake, and we're just going to fly straight past him. So yeah, this is every single time Valtteri does that, he's wasting a lap, and whilst tyre wear for the pair of us is not going to come into it, he's wasting time, he's wasting ERS, fuel is not really an issue for either of us as well, I think. But now we're going to the end of lap 27, Valtteri decides to go for a different move. He goes around the outside here, but we're very confident on the brakes at this final corner, and we just squeeze him out, and once again we have DRS. Valtteri has a very poor run out of the final corner, and he's going to be under threat from my teammate here, so my teammate goes to the inside. I'm trying to give my toe to my teammate a little bit to pull him along, and Raikkonen gets through up into 6th, so Chungus Khan back up into P5 and P6. We've got Sainz and Ocon ahead, battling over a potential podium for those two. I believe it's Perez in P2 as well. As we cut to the end of the race here, the final two corners, I'm trying to give my to slip straight to my teammate to protect him from Albon up ahead. Valtteri, I don't know what happened to him. Stuff happened, and we're actually going to come across. Raikkonen's going to hold to P6. I'm going to hold to P5. As P5 and P6 for our very first race, to say that we were really far back at the start. Kicking off the season extremely well. Not starting where we left off in terms of race wins, but we're definitely starting off how I want to start off this season.
Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So in the end, Perez is in P2. Sainz snatches the podium away from Ocon at the very end of the race. And myself and Raikkonen in P5 and P6, that's going to be fantastic for the constructors. 18 points right off the bat. And we look to be a pretty strong duo together. We've got Raikkonen as a very quick AI driver in a very quick car, or what will become a very quick car. We've got myself as a relatively decent driver with good knowledge of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be interesting as other teams, Renault, Ferrari not getting off to the best of starts, Mercedes not getting off to the best of starts as well. Hamilton winning, but Valtteri down in 8th. Red Bull having a pretty abysmal start as well. So if you look at the standings, obviously everything's going to be as it is, but we're going to be P3 in the standings, same amount of points as Racing Point. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. The rivalry with Vettel as well is what I thought was going to be insanely difficult. We're only 1 point behind him, but that point was lost in qualifying, so I'm not trying to be too confident. It is only the first race, but if we're looking at the calendar, Dutch Grand Prix, going to be a great track for us. Monaco, great track for us. So too with France, Austria. I know Belgium and Italy's in there. And then the final 2 races, Mexico and Brazil, I think. And we all know how strong I am around those tracks. Singapore as well is a very strong track for us as well. So season 2 is shaping up to be a very good season. A season that we could potentially improve on. I'm looking to keep... I'm looking to either improve or retain how I finished last season. So P5 in the drivers, P4 in the constructors. At a minimum, if I get those, I'll be happy. But I believe with the team up package that we have this year, especially my teammate, we are definitely able to improve on that. First episode, what are my aims? Aims are just to equal last season's performance. Obviously, that might change halfway through the season, but we're just doing the standard housekeeping activities, upgrading a couple of things. We have an invitational event, which we're going to do at the end of the episode. As we're going to take a look at that now. We're not actually going to do it. It's just a standard overtake challenge. Nothing really too difficult, but we're going to show that at the end. Listen to the 2007 Ferrari without me talking over it. Yes, that's sort of it, really. I don't know why I've edited the video in this way, but whatever. Amazing editing skills, seeing as my creative media course came in handy there. Yeah, just finished off increasing Raikkonen's stats, a little bit with simulator training. We're getting a load of resource points. I'm saving up for 2 major aero upgrades with the resource points, and the next race is going to be Vietnam. This is going to be a tough one for myself because I don't like Vietnam, but whatever. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like, share and subscribe, and I'll leave you to listen to the F2007, and I'll catch you all for Vietnam very soon.